I'm going to sound like Red Reaper making this video, and I don't give a fuck. Red Reaper, YouTuber, say what you want about him, whatever. I know we had our spats here and there. Do I think he's a patriot? Well, that's between him and God. I mean, I hope he is. He calls out a lot of fake triots, which, whatever. I'm going to post a link in the description below. A man in Pennsylvania was sentenced to 5 years in prison. There was no victim. His only crime was being in possession of unregistered firearms, or illegal firearms, what is deemed illegal, unregistered explosive devices. Once again, no victim. No plot to do anything. No victim. His only crime was possession. There was an incident in Missouri a couple of years ago. A husband and wife, they were undercover ATF, posing as a husband and wife. They went into a gun shop in Missouri. I'm not exactly sure the full details, but I think it was the wife ordered the gun and the husband paid for it, or something like that, something of that sort. But basically, they got the Missouri gun shop owner for a straw purchase. Husband and wife. Now, these were two undercover ATF agents posing as husband and wife. You see what they're doing? They're coming after legal gun owners. And they're trying to make excuses of violating stupid bullshit, unregistered laws, and whatever the fuck. The fact of the matter is, there shouldn't be an ATF. The ATF itself is a criminal organization. Alcohol, tobacco, firearms. I believe in the unregulated firearms across the board. No gun control, period. If I want to own a 50 caliber machine gun, I should be able to. If the government has it, I should have it. Except nuclear weapons. I believe in a worldwide dismantle of nuclear weapons. Alcohol. Well, you shouldn't drink and drive, right? People are going to do it anyway. I believe in unregulated alcohol across the board. Okay? You got the money to pay for it? Good. Tobacco. This is a tough one. I think tobacco should be straight up illegal because it kills. But unregulated, right? If that makes sense. If you want to buy that shit, I don't think there should be any regulation on it. I believe that cigarettes should be illegal. Marijuana, no. Alcohol, no. But we shouldn't have an ATF, period, regulating alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. As a matter of fact, fuck it. I think all alcohol, tobacco, firearms, no law, straight up across. The Second Amendment is very clear. Don't try to beat around the Second Amendment. Well, it means this. It means that. No. I'll tell you what it means what it fucking says. A well-regulated militia in order to ensure a free state. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It's as simple as that. Let's break it down. Well-regulated militia. See, a lot of these Democrats, oh, it says well-regulated. Aha! No, it says well-regulated militia, you stupid fucking cunt. Let's get this straight. The people is the militia, right? That's what it says. The militia is regulated. Not the gun, you fucking dumbass. It doesn't say a well-regulated firearm. It doesn't say a well-regulated arm. It says a well-regulated militia. Well, what's a well-regulated militia? Well, you got all these militia groups, right? Yeah, and they're regulating each other, right? Grouping and creating other groups. There's your regulation. They regulate each other. A well-regulated militia. In order to ensure a free state. Okay? Let's break that down. Free state. Being free from tyranny. Free from government tyranny. In order to ensure a free state, we had the militia for a reason. To ensure a free state. From government tyranny. So any other organization other than the militia is unconstitutional. The ATF, the FBI, CIA, the DHS, even the police. Yeah, I'll say it. Defund the police. Fuck the police. There, I said it. The police is unconstitutional. They are a fucking monopoly. Anything other than the militia is unconstitutional. In order to ensure a free state. It's right there. Now let me drink this poison in this free state of Arizona. The right to keep and bear arms. It is not a privilege to keep and bear arms. Driving is a fucking privilege. That's why there's a license. Some people say a driver's license is unconstitutional. Well, in a way it's not, because it's a privilege. It's not a right. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say anything about the right to drive. It's a privilege. The right to keep and bear arms. That means gun control is unconstitutional. Okay? Any gun law is unconstitutional. The right to keep and bear arms. It is a right. Just like the right to vote. The right to vote. The right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The right. The right. Okay? It's not a fucking privilege. You don't need a fucking permission from the government. I got 2 gun licenses out of 2 states. Arizona and Michigan. I shouldn't need them. Arizona's constitutional carry. Michigan is not. I should not need the government's permission to carry my firearm. Because it is a right. I should not need the government's permission to exercise a right. You got that? To exercise a right. The right to keep and bear arms. Now we get to the last part. That's a favorite part, huh? Shall not be infringed. There's the gun control again. You motherfuckers like Moms Demand Action, Mark Kelly from Arizona. Oh, my wife's head got blown off and she survived. I want to pass gun control. That guy's really in fucking outer space with the astronaut. Sorry for your wife. People like the Sandy Hook. Let's use all these dead kids to infringe on everybody's rights. That's horrible what happened to Sandy Hook. It really is. But here's the thing. Using these dead kids to infringe on my right. Now fuck you. If my kid gets murdered, I don't want anybody politicizing my kid. You can go fuck yourself. Do not politicize my kid. My dead kid. If one day that happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen. But these gun control idiots, their kids get sacrificed in these mass shootings, and what do? They politicize their kids. It's absolutely sickening to infringe on my right. I don't know what part of shall not be infringed, don't you understand? It's very simple. Okay? I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, it's just... Here's the thing that I don't get about these fucking assholes, okay? They always like to use victims. Well, so-and-so got shot in the head. So-and-so shot up an elementary school with an AR-15. So-and-so just shot up a high school in Oxford, Michigan with a handgun. So-and-so did this. So-and-so did that. So-and-so did this. So-and-so shot up a movie theater in Colorado. So-and-so shot up a fucking high school in South Florida. So-and-so shot up a fucking a grocery store in Colorado. A meat plant in New York. A fucking post office in Pennsylvania. A fucking, who knows, a train station in Utah. You know, whatever. Point of the story is there's sick motherfuckers out there. When you close the mental clinics, that's what happens. When you take God out of the schools, and God out of the workplace, and God out of this, and God out of that, and we try to regulate the shit out of everything, and fire people for stupid reasons, instead of having some ground, these things are likely to happen. There's nuts out there, okay? And when you set them off, it's horrible, okay? The government, to all you victims, I feel sorry for you. To anybody that's been a victim of a mass shooting or had a relative that was a victim of a mass shooting, I'm sorry. I send my condolences. I'm very sorry. It's horrible. I wish that on nobody. That is absolutely horrible what they're going through, and that's a nightmare I would never wish on anybody. Let me get that straight. I don't know what they're going through, honestly. I mean, I grew up, I've had guns pointed at me growing up. One time I went to a drug dealer's house when I was like 16 years old. Don't ask, I did some stupid shit when I was younger. And this guy pointed a Uzi at me. I was 16. I was like pretty frightened. Had a Uzi pointed at me. This was in Pontiac, Michigan. Had a couple of other incidents where I had guns pointed at me. Had a gun pointed to my head. When I was 27, I had a gun pointed at my head. So I've had guns pointed at me. I've been the victim of gun violence. Never been shot. Never been shot at. I've been around gunfire. Except the range. There was an incident when I was younger. Somebody was shooting off their gun around me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, you know? So it's happened several times. I mean, but I would never wish horrible things on people like that. I mean, that's absolutely horrible. Honestly, I don't know what they're going through. So in a sense, you know, what they went through is so traumatic that they just don't give a shit about the Constitution. They don't give a shit about anything. That's probably what happened. What they went through is so traumatic that they just don't give a damn about anything else. So, and that's horrible. I pray for them. But regardless, the ATF is a criminal organization, and they should be defunded completely. Anything unconstitutional should be defunded. Public schools should be defunded. I don't give a shit about your Red for Ed bullshit. Red for Ed they said, oh, it's a bipartisan. No, it's not. It's a fucking liberal agenda. CRT is a fucking liberal agenda. Okay? This shit needs to be defunded. The police, they're unconstitutional. Defund their ass. I don't care. I'm going to probably lose a lot of fans because of this. I don't give a shit. Anything other than a militia should be defunded. The FBI, CIA, ATF, the DHS. You can have your little airport security. That's fine. How do we stop all these mass shootings in this country? Everybody get a gun, and when the crazies go off, you put a round in their head, and they're done. That's how you deal with this problem. Allow guns everywhere. College, schools, courthouses, wherever. Banks, jewelry stores, whatever. Everybody's fucking armed to the teeth. Somebody gets crazy, decides, hey, I'm going to go kill a bunch of people. You put a round in their head and be done with it. That's it. And guess what? Crime would go down significantly because we wouldn't have, maybe people would think twice. Oh, I'm thinking about robbing that liquor store. But I wonder if the owner is armed because everybody carries a gun now. Maybe I shouldn't do it. That's It's a sexy looking college girl right there. But she might have a 38 in her purse, you know? She might, who knows? She might have a 45 under that dress of hers, you know? I'm not going to do it. You know, like that. Criminal, you know, criminal like that. Everybody was armed. If everybody was armed, this would be like The Purge. Have you seen the movie The Purge? There's like 5 or 6 of them. I don't know. 4 or 5 of them, whatever. 364 days a year, crime doesn't exist. Why? Because everybody's fucking armed. They allow the crazies to go at it one night a year for 12 hours. And I think that's fucking brilliant. I think that's fucking brilliant. I really do. I think that's fucking brilliant, and it should be law on the books. Give everybody a gun. Crime goes down significantly. Get rid of taxation. The economy will thrive like you've never fucking seen before. Crime would be like almost non-existent. But give the crazies one night a year for 12 hours. And let them wipe each other off. I think that's fucking brilliant. Who came up with that shit? That's fucking brilliant. It really is. It really is. Anyway, I'll post a link in the description below. The ATF is they're a criminal organization. They're going after regular innocent people now. It's absolutely crazy what they're doing. So anyway, that's it. I'm probably gonna lose some fans and friends over this defund the police shit, but you know, that's like a leftist thing. Well, here's the thing with Raging Rob. I don't need the right. I don't need conservatives. I don't need liberals. I don't need the left telling me what to think. That's the way it is. If you don't like the way I say things, if you don't like the way I think, tough shit. Nobody tells me what to do. Nobody tells me what to think. My mind is my own. My mind doesn't belong to Donald Trump. My mind doesn't belong to conservatives or liberals or the Democrats or Republicans or none of that shit. Okay? My mind is Rob. That's it. Rob Kinnison. That's my mind. Okay? That's the way it is. Well, I gotta say this because I can't say that because my conservative friends might not. Tough shit. Don't like it? Turn off my video.